So we have Fernando Alonso as the winner, and this will be Carnage at the Italian Grand Prix in Monza. Carnage at Monza. I believe that's Perez who came second, and I believe it's Bottas that came third. I was originally planning on making this a full race video like I've done twice in the past, but because there wasn't going to be many DNFs, like there was 5 at one point, but then at the end I managed to cause a bunch more, so it's going to be just full normal Carnage for today. A Spaniard, a Mexican, and a Finn. Finland? Yes. Right. Now I'll take us to Carnage. So I started on pole position, and for one of the first times ever, Daniel Riccardo didn't start from 20th, he started from 15th. But it went very downhill from there, as I was last of the running runners. I don't remember what the actual term is, but I was the last on the road. There we go. I was last on the road, but so lights on, away we go. I am immediately overtaken by Perez, managed to get my position back. Fight a small corner there, and then get going. Drift a bit onto the gravel, but it's fine. Giovinazzi going down a bit there. And then after a few corners, the positions kind of narrow down. I then send Verstappen wide, and then this is where the first crash is, which is Mick Schumacher's. So I'll quickly just show it from a bunch of different angles so I can explain what happened. So I'm driving away, go a little bit wide, and send Max Verstappen flying. Then I drift across the gravel, get hit by Fernando, I believe it is, and start trying to get going again and slam Mick out of the race. So here's Verstappen's camera, I'm swerving everywhere, I just send him a little bit up onto the gravel. And then while he isn't out of the race, he does go out of the race eventually, but while he isn't out of the race, he is down at last because this is the first lap. So that's something. This is what Mick saw. Considering he started in, I believe, 18th, and his teammate in 21st, him getting up to 11th right off the start is pretty good. Doing well for the Haas team, for a couple of laps at least. Until here I come to ruin the fun and slam out both his wheels. Which then I'm pretty sure causes a bit of a hold up as Verstappen arrives. The next DNFs are the Ferrari pair of Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz, who get taken out at pretty much the exact same time, both with me but in 2 different collisions. So there I am swerving around. And then Leclerc goes to overtake, and I slam the door shut on him, which takes him out. Here it is from his, whatever this camera's called, view. He's trying to overtake, and then he just gets taken out. The next DNF is Carlos Sainz. The next DNF, yes, Carlos Sainz. I just repeated myself, brilliant. Oh well. So there's Leclerc, and there goes Sainz. Out of the race with its Ferrari teammate at almost the same time. Here it is from his engine cover perspective. Out goes his teammate. He starts getting overtake, gets hooked on, and is out the race. Anyway, time for the next DNF. The next guy is this guy. Daddy's money, of course. Lance Stroll, Mr. Strunovich. Why do I always go through a bunch of his names when I first... Anyway, so he, along with the next DNF, at least I think it's the next DNF, which I believe is Nikita Mazepin. The both of them, yes, the 2 of them go out, not in crashes, but just because their engines malfunction. I believe it's around here. Yeah, there it is. His engine just puffs out, and he is then out the race. The same, I believe, is true with Nikita Mazepin, who goes out a couple laps later. Also, this is when I am at the complete back of the racing pack, other than Antonio Giovinazzi, who eventually ends up going a lap down, because of an untimed pit stop and, not doing very well. But also, at this time, my car was literally working like Kimi Antonelli's at the end of the Silverstone, the British Grand Prix in 2026 this year, this is filmed about a week after. where his car just wouldn't turn and neither would mine. Anyway, let me just skip it to where he goes out. So, Mazza's spin is not spinning very much, but like getting racing done like quite well. But then at the end of this lap, he just goes out. Like everyone's overtaken him there, he's slowed down. Waits for everyone to go. And then just drives off. Even without his car blowing up, it's still... Oh, there it is. There's the blow up. And then... out he goes. The next crash, the next DNF, is the race leader at the time, Esteban Ocon's, along with two others, Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen. All go out in the very same crash. First off, there's me. You might have not seen me there, but my green car is like, there it is, just about to get lapped, and Antonio has already been lapped. But Ocon is chasing me down. I do my erratic driving and then he catches up. I start swerving, and it's Ocon and then Norris, and then bang into Ocon, who then slams into Norris, who somehow keeps going, and then Ocon slams backwards into Hamilton, who's now covered by that screen, and then oh god, it's gone. Hold on. So here's Lewis, who hits Ocon out off screen there and is taken out. And if we wait a second, there's Verstappen. Verstappen comes out and into the back. What a brilliant way to DNF. So Ocon's driving well, he sees a lapped car, so goes to overtake and squeezes into the wall and is out of the race. And then he gets hit. Anyway, following him is Norris, who would have won, I'm pretty sure, if it wasn't for this. Because I'm pretty sure he had to pit afterwards because of the damage. Following him, he just gets squeezed a bit, sent onto the grass a little bit, then gets going again. And then, now let's show Lewis Hamilton. So he's driving forwards. Suddenly he's engulfed in a puff of smoke, can't see where it's going, slams into Ocon and is out of the race. And finally, of course, we have the last DNF, who wasn't really involved in the crash, Max Verstappen, who just drives into his championship contender of 2021 for like no reason other than just because he could see him. So don't know why he didn't try and avoid, but he didn't. Next up would be George Russell, but I forgot to show this, which didn't DNF anyone, but it was something that I used to catch up in the race. So this is why Antonio actually got lapped, because he needed to pit after this. So he's chasing me, screen flags. I slow down, curve into him, and slam him like that. He doesn't DNF from it, but it meant that I had a yellow flag and a safety car to catch up with, and then I used him again to cause another yellow flag to catch up again, even though both times I didn't make him DNF, and the second time he didn't even crash. Now we do George Russell on the second to last lap of the race. First off, let's just quickly show me being me. Over the last 4 laps of the race, I just kept doing that, corner cutting everything, which meant that I ended up with a 1 minute time penalty after the race. They didn't even affect anything because I was last on the road. So first I did that to George and Zhou Guan Yu, causing them to crash there, which didn't DNF them. And then a little later on in this lap, I did that to George, opposite side to Ocon, but pretty much the same way. I did just DNF him. And then to Zhou, I did the slow down trick and removed his tyre. While those were the last ones who DNF'd and had a position behind me, there are 3 that DNF'd and had a position ahead of me. Except one, but I'll just show that in a sec. So, first off, we need to show my perspective of this. I am here, in the middle of the road, going backwards. I try and take out the top 3 and go through them. So I then just decide to go across, start swerving everywhere, and then bang! That happens. Then you can see 1 car there, 2 cars there. Cars move out the way. 3 cars there, and almost a 4th and 5th. Which is kind of insane. And of course, while this is all happening, like, the leaders are, like, winning. But first off, we show Pierre Gasly here. Which I'm going to slow down for. Driving down normally. Tries to move out of the way because there's a green car. Bang! Out of the race immediately. Sent flying slightly into the air. And then across and out of the race. He then gets overtaken by Norris. And is kind of out of the way. Until here comes Yuki Tsunoda. He just bang, and now he's out of the race. And just has to get out of the way of Latifi, I believe that is. So he's now out. So that's 2 cars out. Now we need to go and grab this guy, who is Antonio Giovinazzi, who is now, like, overtaken me in the full race and then slams into Gasly as well. And he's out of the race. So that's 3. And then we have George Russell, who overtakes me and is also being followed by my teammate, who, unlike the others, is able to get past Gasly even if he skims into him, and then just slams into Giovinazzi, causing him to go out as well. Meaning that he then gets overtaken by my teammate, who actually, I don't actually remember why he slows down. Oh no, that's me. Oh well. Anyway, so then after all of this happens, I then speed up. Because I didn't go over the start-finish line before getting lapped by all of those cars, like an idiot, I then finished the race running in 11th instead of being able to overtake those 3 cars that went out of the race there. But so, I finished in 11th and finished on the road just a lap down, which is amazing. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and goodbye. I forgot to film the, thing where we go through the Drivers' and Constructors' Championship, in the after race thing. But so, it's Norris, Massachusetts, Latifi, Perez, Bottas, the top 5 that have been there for a while. I've gone down a bit because other people got a lot more points than me. Also, in this series, for some reason, Fernando Alonso is retiring. And then at the bottom, we still have Giovinazzi, Russell, Hamilton, Mazepin and stuff. Although, that's not to be expected. And then as instructors, we have that Aston Martin's still doing very well along with Alpine, but McLaren is pushing its way back. So, that's cool, I guess. My team's still pretty much in the middle. Anyway, bye.